Name's Rumal Shah. I'm a laboratory owner. Name of my laboratory is Harcourt STEM Studios. The laboratory has been operational for 60 years or so, probably now the oldest established laboratory in the West End. We're a full service laboratory offering both fixed and removable options, implants, chrome dentures, you name it, pretty much everything except for orthodontics. And the reason we don't do orthodontics is because I find it boring. I couldn't spend all day bending wire. Being in-house, we get to meet the patients, and the patients are able to build confidence in the team that's treating them, which I think is a great asset to have. When it comes to the equipment, I'm pretty astute in keeping up to date, and I don't tend to worry about the cost in one sense. If I know it's going to give me the result I need, I'll spend and buy the best piece for that scenario. And normally machinery lasts a fair amount of time, so I look after, so I'll do my annual services. But when things need replacing, we just get on with it and replace it with what's new out there. When it came to relocation, deciding how we're going to do it, it was actually me that sort of organised Pete in one sense. Pete stepped in and sort of took over the design aspect for me. And Raj, being a client of mine, I suggested and offered Pete services, and they had their discussions, and obviously Raj was happy with what Pete offered. So the both of us offered our contract to Pete, as it were, with the design and installation of our laboratory and our clinical setups. Pete was very instrumental in helping design, and I found that the fact that he himself was doing the design work, it meant that I was getting near enough close to the perfect result that I could achieve based on paper without physically seeing it inside. So in that sense, no, with Pete it worked nicely, and I think Raj found the same from his end. Pete's company was one of 4 companies that I tendered to, shall we say, and it was between RPA and another company, and I felt that I was getting a better product that suited my needs for my laboratory with Pete than with the other company. It was from the designs that I chose the setup rather than physically seeing the product, because it was the design layout that was the most critical for me, which is why I went with what RPA gave me. So I had all 4 companies at the same time up here, and said, right, you've got half a day, take your measurements and come back to me with designs. Went with RPA for the final product that I felt was going to give me the result I wanted. So currently we've got 5 workstations, and I have the option, should I need to increase that by another 2 or 3. I think what sort of sold it for me was Pete, who owns and runs the business, was very much hands-on, from the design aspect to the installation. He didn't mind getting his hands dirty. I mean, I remember the day of the move, he had a whole team of them, his son was involved. I mean, obviously everyone was mucking in, but to me that showed commitment to the project. It wasn't a case of, look at me, I'm the boss and I've got my minions to do my jobs for me. He mucked in, which is, for me, is important because that's what I do. No questions asked, I'd happily recommend. I probably have already recommended him to a number of people that are looking at certain elements of lab replacements. And I'm sure Raj, again, from the clinical point of view, would definitely be looking through offer of Pete's services out. Sometimes I think, Pete, when are you going to bugger off? Let me get on with my job. No, it's great, the fact that constant contact is there, so that I can, with the smallest things, I can say, oh, this needs sorting, and no problems, gets on with it. He's got his guys in and gives me a result that I need.